Hey everybody, it's Chris Eads, Wootini from the late lamented gaygamer.net, here with another weekly video podcast. You may notice, actually, that I skipped a week last week, because last weekend I was like thinking about, okay, what am I going to talk about, and I realized all I really had to talk about was Civil War, because I hadn't really played any new games, I hadn't really made any interesting progress in any of the games I was playing, and there wasn't really any gaming news that I wanted to talk about. So I said, do I really want to just sit down and talk about a movie? It's kind of a waste. So I took the week off. Unfortunately, this week there's a lot to talk about, so I kind of regret that. But, so to get it out of the way really quickly, Captain America Civil War was fantastic. And it's very amusing to me, now that DC has their movies coming out, to see the people. It's funny because I've noticed that there seems to be like a certain group of people who they like Marvel movies over DC. That's me. Then there's people who like the DC movies and not the Marvel movies. Just like the comics. But then I also noticed that there seems to be a growing number of people who are just kind of over the superhero movies in general. That's not me yet. I am surprised to find out that, like, the X-Men Age of Apocalypse is coming out, like, tomorrow. I mean, not tomorrow, you know what I mean. Like, all of a sudden, and I'm like, wait, what? It's like last year when I watched the Avengers movie, and then, like, a month or so later, there was Ant-Man, and I feel like when I saw Ant-Man in the theater, I didn't enjoy it as much because I was kind of superheroed out, and I'm just like, I need a break. Now I watch Ant-Man, it's fun. But it's just funny that, like, there's so many comic book superhero movies. But Civil War is fantastic. I loved it. It's kind of more of an Avengers movie than a Captain America movie, but that's still great. The airport fight scene is phenomenal and worth the price of admission right there. I will say that I thought Spider-Man was just going to be a little cameo, but he's in a lot. So, not a lot, but it's more than just a cameo. So I was surprised at that. And Tom Holland was really good, so it actually makes me hopeful for this new Spider-Man movie they're doing. Even with the too young Aunt May and weird title, I'm like, okay, he's a good Spider-Man, this might be okay. Also, the fact that if that movie's supposed to take place after this movie, then he's already Spider-Man, so it's fine. And we don't have to sit through yet another Spider-Man origin. Fingers crossed for that. But, like, the story's really good. It plays off the Winter Soldier and the Age of Ultron, and it's all... I understand people complaining that the Marvel movies are no longer self-contained. I still feel like they are mostly self-contained, but there are threads that come and go from each movie, which I appreciate. I will say that the airport scene was so spectacular, I immediately was like, wait, but that's not the end of the movie. There's still, like, the climax of the film yet to come, and I was afraid that it was going to be a letdown after that. But they very smartly, after the big explosion of chaos, for the climax, they brought it down to a more personal level that really worked. And makes me psyched for whatever the next Marvel movie is going to be that ties into all this nonsense. So I highly recommend it. Your mileage may vary if you're tired of superhero movies, or if you're tired of the Marvel movies and prefer the DC stuff. I don't. Also, very quickly, I do want to mention that one of the other topics I was going to talk about last week would be my favorites at Eurovision 2016. It's kind of a moot point now because that's already happened, and I was very excited that this year I got my husband into it. He's listened to a few songs here and there, because I always get the album. But this year, he was listening to the songs in preparation, and then he wanted to watch the the semifinals and the grand final and like actually like see the show. So I was really psyched about that. And it was very fun to watch him, you know, find his favorite songs and decide, oh, I don't like this one, or this one's terrible, and then to watch the show and see, like, oh my god, what is this costume? What are they doing? What is this special effects? Oh my god, they're ruining it. You know, it's hilarious. But it was wonderful to see his spirit crushed as he realized that the voting makes no sense, because they don't vote on what's the best song. They vote politically, and he was like, what? So that was very amusing to me, because this year, a very political song from the Ukraine won. And it's not a great song. I don't really like it. It's a little weird. But everyone was like, screw Russia, give it to the Ukraine, which was funny. Although Australia came a close second, and they almost had it, and that song was spectacular. That I would have liked to have won. But whatever. I can't fault them. Russia really tried this year. They pulled out all the stops. They had a hot guy singing a song with great special effects, and it was a terrific song, but since everyone votes based on politics, everyone still hates Russia. Oh well. Sorry, Sergei Lazarev. I still like your record. It's a good greatest hits. Okay, enough of that. On to the gaming, which exploded this past week because I got myself a PlayStation 4. I told you I was going to do it, and I did it. Because what happened was I was randomly browsing BestBuy.com to see if they had any bundles, new bundles, other than that Call of Duty bundle, and they were like, we have the Uncharted collection. And I was like, oh, I wanted to get that one. But then it was like out of stock or whatever, and I thought, well, it won't come back into stock. And I thought maybe they would be doing one where they bundled it with Uncharted 4, now that that was out. And when I looked, they had that one. It wasn't available in stores, but I could order it online. So I was like, okay. So I ordered it online, and unfortunately then, that's where I also discovered that the Gamers Club discount of 20% is only for software. It does not apply to the actual systems. So I thought I was going to get a 20% discount, but I did not. But I still get my extra bucks later, like, you know, I get the reward bucks. I have like a $10 certificate now that I can apply to No Man's Sky next month when it comes out. But I didn't want to buy Call of Duty bundle because I wouldn't want to play Call of Duty. But the Uncharted games, them I would play. And I have been. I've been playing Uncharted, because it actually came, like I ordered it on Sunday, it arrived on Tuesday. They said it would arrive on Wednesday, but it arrived like Tuesday afternoon. And then Tuesday evening I get a notification from Best Buy saying, we've shipped your package. And I'm like, yeah, thanks for that, it's already here. I've been playing it, it's fine. But I figure I'll play Uncharted until next month when No Man's Sky comes out, which is what I really want to play. And I have been enjoying it. Uncharted, it's fun. It's not... Like, all I've played was the Vita game, which was entertaining, and now that I think about it, this is sort of the same kind of thing. Although I feel like the first Uncharted game is a little more, like... It's, like, really linear, and there's a lot of shooting. There's no, like, exploring and that sort of thing. Like, there's the puzzles where you have to figure out how to get from point A to point B by jumping and climbing and doing all that. But every time I come across either a room that's full of ammunition and weapons, or an area where there's obvious points of cover, I'm like, oh, here we go again. Lots of shooting. Because that's the thing about the Tomb Raider remake games that I've enjoyed, is that it's more about the exploring and less about the shooting. So, hopefully, like, everyone says that the second Uncharted game is the best one, so maybe the later games will be more exploring and less shooting? Probably not. I don't know. In general, the PS4, it's great. The controller is surprisingly, I don't know, it feels light and cheap and flimsy. It's not. But it just feels really light compared to, like, the Xbox, which is nice and solid. I like that. But the only main issue that I've had with my PlayStation 4 thus far is I had tried to hook it into my surround sound receiver like I had with my PS3, and I did all the settings the way that they said to, and got no surround sound from my Blu-ray movies. And I'm like, what the hell? And I'm thinking to myself, oh my god, am I going to have to like leave my PlayStation 3 also plugged in? Because that way I can watch my movies with surround sound. And I was like, that's so annoying. Although it's not that annoying because now that I've downloaded SingStar for the PS4, there's a lot of songs that I can't get on the PS4 version that hopefully they'll get around to, but if not, I'm going to have to play SingStar on my PS3 in order to sing those particular songs that I like. But anyway, I tried every setting. I was looking online, and I literally got to the point where I was literally just trying everything. Just changing a setting and checking, changing another setting and checking. Nothing was working. Then, weirdly enough, I was playing Uncharted, just out of curiosity, turned on the speakers. The receiver was receiving the DTS signal from the system, and I'm like, okay, so how come my game can be in surround sound, but the movies can't? What the F? So a little more Googling, and then I finally found on a message board, somebody was like, don't know what Sony's problem is, it's ridiculous, it doesn't matter what you set in the main settings, put in a Blu-ray movie, when it starts playing, go to options, go to settings, and there you have to select the Dolby Digital or the DTS bitstream. And I'm just like, oh my god, it was as simple as that. It's as simple as finding a setting and changing it, but you had to change it while a movie was running. And now I've put in another movie and it's fine. It's not like, you don't have to do it every time, it seems. It's like now I can put in a movie and it's fine. And I'm just like, how come the main setting doesn't apply to my Blu-ray movies? It only applied to the games. What's up with that, Sony? Eesh. So that's been worked out. So now I can watch my movies and everything's fine. So the PS4 can actually replace my PS3. It's just that, you know, I'm warning you now that the next few weeks until No Man's Sky comes out, I'm just going to be talking about Uncharted and whatever, and how cute Nathan Drake is. Whatever. Alright, so this has gone on way too long, so I'm going to go now and dig around with my PS4 some more. And next week, I'll let you know how it's going with my new console. And I'll see you then. Have a good time. And if you have any PS4 tips, please let me know in the comments. Bye!